Hello friends, Kisan is here again and welcome you in this video tutorial. In past few videos we have learned how we can create a session factory in Hibernate 5. So first we have learned how we can create session factory using Hibernate cfg.xml file. So that's this example we had seen. And after that we have learned how we can create a session factory without configuration file. In this video we are going to focus how we can create a Hibernate cfg.xml file from scratch. So this file I had copied from somewhere from existing example. So here what I'll do, so let me show you what is this example at all. So here is we have a basically Hibernate utility class which is responsible to return a session factory. So here basically I have created a static block and there I'm creating a session factory, right? So this static block will be executed at class loading time itself, and here we have a factory method is called get session factory which returns a session factory. So session factory which is getting created in the static block that is going to return to the caller or client, right? So and here is the our client program. Here we get the session from session factory. We prepare a SQL query, it's called select version. This will give us the what is the latest version of MySQL, what is the version MySQL version we are using, and we are typecasting. We have used the API create native query. We have typecast into string and same we are trying to print over here. And if I run this application, then this will show us the MySQL database version, right? Now what I'll do, so sometimes what happens if you are a fresher or if you are very new in the Hibernate, then making this key is sometimes painful for a developer. So what key you will have to specify over here, that's a painful, right? And from where you will get this doc type and all. So what I'll do, I'm going to remove this Hibernate cfg.xml from here and I'll create from scratch. And I'll give you some tips if you do not remember the how to make the property key and all. So here again I'm going to in resources directory and let's create a XML file. So go to the others and here is search for the XML. Now select this XML, next, and here you are going to specify one thing you will have to keep in mind. This file name you can give anything, but by default naming convention would be Hibernate cfg.xml. If you specify the file name something else, then what are the modification will be done, we'll discuss later point of time. Now Hibernate cfg.xml. Now click on the next and finish. So this will give you the blank XML file. You required a XML doc type on the top of this XML file. So from where you get this XML doc type? So if you are connected with internet, then you can make search on the internet Hibernate example, and from there you can copy and paste over here. Else, if you would have downloaded Hibernate distribution file, so as I have shown in the earlier video tutorial how we can download the Hibernate distribution, latest distribution, so that I had downloaded it here, and I unzipped. So unzipped version is here. If you go to here, then you'll have a 3 directory, right? So documentation, basically this provides you the Hibernate documentation, libs which contains all the binaries which is required to develop the Hibernate application. So these things already we have talked in the previous video tutorial. Now if you go to the project and here if you search for the Hibernate cfg.xml, then you'll get a lot of CFG file, because in this directory Hibernate provides a lot of Hibernate examples. So one of example you can open over here. So let's add it with Notepad++, and here I'm going to copy this doc type from here itself. So even though if you are not connected with internet, still everything is inside the distribution file itself, and you will have to paste it over here. Now in this file your root tag would be, so let's copy this there and paste it over here. Now this this command I'm going to remove. Here Hibernate configuration is the root tag, And inside the Hibernate configuration, you have a session factory. Inside the session factory, you can declare all the properties which we had declared earlier. So you have a property tag, and we are going to declare some of the properties. So how to make the key? That's the thing, right? So you will have to press the Ctrl Shift T and apply for the class. It's called available settings, and here Hibernate has declared all the constants or all the constants, all the properties as a constant here. So now you will have to search for the first of all driver class, right? So that is driver, and this is the key basically we are using, right? So we'll have to copy this key and paste in property name, and of course value you will have to specify over here. If you don't remember value, then here we are using the MySQL, so press Ctrl Shift T and search for the driver, and here is the driver class. So if you look into the previous driver version, right, then we will have a package is called com.mysql.jdbc, but latest driver, as we are using the MySQL connector 6, they have changed, they have provided the latest driver in this package com.mysql.cj.jdbc package, and here is the driver. So let's copy qualified name, and here you can paste easily. Nothing you will have to remember, everything you will have to do conceptually. Now second thing, I would like to specify my database URL. Then go and search for the URL as well. So here is the URL. So now copy and you can paste it over here, and you will have to specify the database URL. So that is nothing but the jdbc :mysql :localhost 4406/test. So how I made this URL? So JDBC is an API. Basically Hibernate is built on the top of the JDBC itself. We are using JDBC. So if you are using any database, then here you will have to write always JDBC. Now colon, I have given the database name MySQL. In case of Oracle, you will have to specify the Oracle. Now localhost is a server name where your MySQL server is running. 4406 is the port number of your MySQL server, and this is your schema name. So this is the way to form the database URL. Now next thing, of course, you would like to specify database username and password. So that's the user constant, and key for this is Hibernate connection username, right? So similarly, if you go and see for password, on the below of it you have a constant for the password, right? Okay, so here root is the username and root is the password itself, right? Now what else? Now we are going to specify dialect as well, right? Earlier we have specified the dialect as well, right? So dialect, so I would say Hibernate dialect, and here we are using the MySQL. So press Ctrl Shift T to search any class from the jar file, and here you will have to search the MySQL dialect, right? So this is here in the arg.hibernate.dialect package. So here is this. So you have a different dialect for the different database version, right? MySQL version. So I will recommend you to go for the generic, not adhere with the particular version. So that is MySQL dialect, and here if you go and specify like this. Okay, now most of the things I have defined, right? So press Ctrl A and Ctrl Shift F for formatting. So in future video tutorial we will see we are going to use lot of property we are going to add in this configuration file, but as of now we can suffice with this much properties. So here we have specified the 5 properties, right? Driver name, database URL, username, password, and dialect class. And now if you go to the client program and if you run it, then easily you can run. right? It's run. Now second thing is that what I said here, configuration file, what I have given hibernate cfg.xml, but you can specify anything. Like here, if I go, I say my config cfg.xml. So just I have renamed, and let me close the all files, and if I run this project now, then what will happen? Let's see. Now this is going to throw an error saying that cfg xml resources, this guy is looking for this file. So we'll have to change on one place. So if you keep the file name something else rather than hibernate cfg.xml, then go to your utility class, and here you have a configure method, right? So here you will have to pass it. If you are there with the default name, then you don't need to pass that configuration file name. And after modifying this, if you run it, then this is gonna run. Look, this is running perfectly fine. Now one more thing, in this hibernate configuration file, this is hibernate.prefix is optional. If I remove this prefix and if I run this application, now still it is running, means hibernate.prefix is optional. Still I am going to revert it because for better readability I want to follow the same naming convention. So now let's go to the class again, available setting, and if you go to here, then you will see Hibernate has provided a lot of properties in this class, right, which we had not used in this example, right? We haven't used like driver name, URL, username, password. These things we have defined already, but like isolation level, auto commit, pool size, data sources, a lot of things you can define over here, right? If you come down, then you'll see show SQL, format SQL. What is this property? We'll see in the subsequent video series. So these are the properties very famous in Hibernate, right? And if you come down, then you'll see a lot of properties related to C3P0. So C3P0 is the one of the database connection pooling mechanism in Hibernate. So if you customize your C3P0 connection pool, then you can use this feature. Then Proxul, you have a Proxul is also database connection pool. So you can specify the Proxul related properties. You can use a huge query cache, use second level cache. So we'll see what is caching in Hibernate. We'll have a separate video tutorial on that. So you can see our properties is called HBM2DDL auto. We'll talk about these properties as well. This property is very famous in Hibernate. So you'll see a lot of bunch of properties Hibernate is provided in this level settings class. So I hope you enjoyed learning this video, right? So that's all I wanted to show in this video tutorial. So thanks for watching this video, and see you next video tutorial.